I've worked at Angie's for the last 3.5 years of my life. I came into college with a bunch of money saved and I said, I'm not gonna work. And the week before school started, I was like, I have to have a job. I'm bored already. So I got a job at Angie's being a waitress. It paid for my entire college and I worked 40 hours a week for most of college. I mean, I grew up in Idaho and I grew up with horses and then in high school, I competed in high school rodeo. And it was so fun. It made me a little bit crazy, like I'm a little too competitive. And so I was a state qualifier all 4 years that I was in high school. You have to put in a lot of effort. A constant competitive environment like that, you just have to learn how to like make little tiny changes to make yourself better. I feel like I then came to college and decided to be in the same kind of field. Super competitive where little things are gonna make the difference. I got a job when I was 17 in New York. I know I can live here. I know I can make it here. I just felt like I could do it and I felt like I wanted to do it. I was like, this would be so fun. And then I moved to New York on New Year's Eve. And I spent the whole entire New Year's Day crying, walking around New York City. I was so terrified. While I was there, I made some decisions about what I wanted to do. All my friends worked in finance, and so I was like, well, I guess I could work in finance. I liked finance in high school, so in high school, I read the Dave Ramsey book, and then I had a personal finance class that I basically did everyone's homework in, and I came in with an understanding that I was like pretty decent at finance and that I liked it, and I wanted to move back to New York. That was the goal. But then I took my finance classes and I like really loved them, and so I decided to just switch fully into finance. And then I came back, Paul had reached out to me and said, do you want to do the William & Mary stock pitch competition? And I was like, maybe. I'm gonna be out of town for all of March. So if that's cool, then I'll be on the team. And he was like, yeah, that's totally fine. Started that internship at the beginning of the semester and did this huge project for William & Mary. And so we flew to Virginia, big schools, and Utah State. I have a picture of like the poster. It's just crazy. You look at Utah State and you're like, how did we get on this? Made it to the top 4, which was so good. We're sitting there in the audience. We've made it so far. Let's be so proud of ourselves. Sitting there and they like call out first place and we're like, oh my gosh, like that's so crazy. I had reached out to some of the judges that were on the panel for our stock pitch competition. And one of them worked at an investment bank called Evercore. I'd reached out to him, hey Greg, like so nice to meet you. I would love to talk about opportunities. And he sent me a bunch of links for internships and he was like, you should sign up for these. I'd applied to I feel like 100 jobs and I had just gotten really crickets, but rejections and crickets. I ended up getting an offer with Citigroup in their San Francisco office, which I was so excited about. They had a 5,000 resume drop and then they phone screened 150 people. They did super days with 6 people, I believe, and then they gave out 2 offers. And I was one of them, which is so cool. 2 amazing offers on the table. I decided to go with my offer at Evercore. I will be joining them with their sales and trading group, and I put a lot of thought into the decision, and I really just thought it was a great opportunity to pave the way for other Aggies, and I really wanted to end up back in New York. So I'm so excited to be back in New York this summer with Evercore sales and trading group. Getting involved in activities does totally change your time here. The friends I had at school and the ways that I was involved, and also just like changed my future. But I think it really made the difference. If you will search out opportunities, good things will come. It was stressful. Meeting, school. I want to lay on the ground and cry. But I'm so glad I did. It changed my life. You don't know who's going to be your best friend and you don't know who you're going to make a genuine connection with. There's totally jobs out there and there's your dream job that fits you. It's out there. You just got to look and do some legwork. And getting involved helps with that. That's the other thing I would totally give Utah State is our professors are so amazing and they want to be here and they want to help. I definitely think as far as Utah State goes, like take advantage of that. My name is Hannah Engberson and I dare mighty things.